Hello, and welcome back to the Spiritual Gangster Podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Piraldi, and today on our Guest Spotlight Wednesday, we have Naomi Kreske, founder of KeepFindingYou.com. Naomi is a mindset and confidence coach who helps women move from self-doubt and overwhelm into alignment, confidence, and self-trust through mindset work, manifestation, and personal growth. Naomi, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I am delighted to have you. So for listeners out there meeting you for the first time, who would you say you are beyond the titles of coach?
So beyond the titles of coach, I am a mother of 3 of my own, 1 stepson and 2 grandbabies.
Oh, how
I know,
wonderful.
already. I can't believe it.
That is wild, but so
Um,
exciting.
I know. Dog mom, cat mom, lover of astrology. I am a Cancer sun, Sag moon, Libra rising, tarot, all the woo-woo things. Just getting into gardening. I'm definitely in my gardening era for the first time in my
Oh,
life.
you got a little bit of a
So
green thumb. I wish I had one.
I don't know if I have the green thumb yet, but
You're
we'll
working on
see.
it. Hey, we're work in progress.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I want to know what inspired you to create this Keep Finding You?
So a lot of it has come from my own personal journey. Um, in general, though, I love psychology. Like, really sort of like digging in on like what's beneath the surface, because a lot of what people have on the outside is not really what's happening on the inside. And a lot of people don't even know what's happening on the inside. All they know is that they're angry or frustrated or confused, and they don't even know why. And so I love to dig beneath the layers and really sort of figure it out with them, for them, even without them.
Okay, wonderful.
But keep finding you is from my own journey, because I feel like life in general is a journey of keep finding who you are. And I mean, from a female's perspective, you go through life and, you're a teenager, you're a college student, you're a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur. Like, there's so many different layers, and you keep finding yourself over and over and over again throughout life.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It is so true. There is so many layers.
Yeah.
So I know that you talk a lot about alignment. What do you think that that word actually means, like, to you in real life?
I love that you're digging into this right away, because this is so for a long time, alignment was like this woo-woo word to me that I didn't really understand what it meant. And I love woo-woo things. So it always frustrated me that I didn't really understand, like, what does that mean? Because people like throw it out there. I'm in so alignment today, and they're like meditating, or I that decision, I'm in alignment with it. It's like, but what does that mean? And the person who really like gave me that light bulb aha moment was Dr. Brené Brown. I love her. She's like um in my top 5 of people I would love to meet one day. She's made such an impact on me and my life. But I was listening to a podcast over the winter, and she nailed it for me, the definition of what alignment is. And alignment is when your priorities and your efforts match.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so
You were like,
simple. Like,
aha moment.
yes, exactly. Cause that broke it down in such a way that I could understand it and then use it. Like that definition felt tangible for me. So, like, taking the time to sit down and really think about what my priorities are in whatever area I'm seeking alignment, and then thinking about the efforts that I can put towards it. And I was just like, wow, that's perfect sense.
You're like light bulb right there.
Definitely.
It does make so much sense. So another question that I want to know is that what are some subtle ways that you think that people are self-sabotaging without realizing it? Because like we want this alignment. We've got this idea, like you said, like make sure your
Yeah.
effort and everything is aligned. But like What are some subtle ways that you think people are self-sabotaging and probably just don't
I
even realize it?
Well, there's always like imposter syndrome, which is
A real thing.
a tricky little beast. But I think subtly, it's all about your self-worth. And, we all think, "Oh, I love myself. I love myself, and this is great about me and that is great about me." But really, like, do you really believe that? And when we don't believe that we are worthy of the things that we want in our lives or the things that we're trying to manifest, like, that energy works against us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how do we stop attaching our worth to like our productivity or like an achievement? Because I feel like that's another thing that people are doing is that they're attaching their worth to their productivity. And it's like, that's not it.
Oh, that is such a societal construct. Like, our society breeds, work hard, do more, and
Hmm.
I I like to live from this place of flow and intuition
I love that.
because we don't need to grind all day long to
No.
feel worthy. And that is what society has instilled in us. And I think that we are starting to come to a point where we are starting to value the quiet moments
Yeah.
and the rest, like, taking that moment to ground ourselves so we can refocus and be better throughout the rest of our day. So, I don't know if I actually answered your question, but
No, I think so that we're looking outside sometimes. So right now, manifestation is like everywhere online. Like it's like wherever you turn, it's like it's a very, buzzword kind of thing.
yes.
What do you think is most misunderstood about it?
That it's just this, like, woo-woo principle, like, I'm gonna make a vision board or I'm gonna do my affirmations, and I'm gonna throw these wishes out into the world, and I'm gonna get what I am asking for, and it's definitely not that simple.
Right. So I know that you're very conscious, obviously, about, your mindset, like trying to be in alignment and that kind of thing. So what do you do when you're in the difficult season? So like what do you do when you're in grief or heartbreak or uncertainty? Like how do you keep yourself aligned when you're going through those things?
Yeah, those are the tough times, and I actually created this exercise with my sister recently because she was going through a tough time, and I decided to go along with it with her. And another buzzword is this word gratitude. We talk about, being grateful, and at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, you list like your three things that you're grateful for, and people are like, the sun, my child, the my cup of coffee. And those gratitudes are great, but they're kind of surface level.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the thing that I developed with my sister is that we were purposely being grateful for the hard things in our lives.
Right.
So, finding things to be grateful for the struggling career or the financial difficulties or being single or, things like that can help you find the things that are good.
Right.
And that will change the energy around that difficult time.
I always try to focus on that there is purpose in pain. And it
Yeah.
sounds so, yeah, right, hard to believe. But honestly, when you take a step back and you try to look at certain situations, you're like, there totally was purpose in that pain. It helped me, helped you become who you are today. It makes you more relatable to certain people, that kind of thing. What would you say to someone who's frustrated? I get this one. Somebody who's frustrated that they've done all the mindset work, but they still feel stuck. Like, that's so frustrating. And I feel like I've personally experienced this. Like, I'm doing the things and I'm
Right.
still feeling stuck sometimes. Like, how do you?
There's definitely some sort of subconscious thing that is still working against them. So, for somebody who's done all the things and still finding like that they're probably still getting in their own way, but they don't realize it.
Exactly. That's so it. I'm like, I feel like you're centering me out without centering me out. No, that's totally it. That's totally it. I get that.
Yeah. But it's probably your mindset, like underneath like the major things, I'm happy in general,
Yeah.
but what's your internal dialogue saying? Because that's the mindset that really matters.
It's true. It's true. You're like, on the outside, I'm like sunshine and rainbows, but if it's
Yeah.
a little bit of a dark cloud in the inside. But sometimes I feel like you got to fake it to make it. Like in the beginning, I feel.
Correct. In the beginning.
Yeah.
But you still have to you can only fake it for so long.
Exactly. It's so true. You're telling me the hard truths. I know that it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what role do you think that energy actually plays in relationships and the opportunities that we attract?
Everything.
Right?
Everything. And this is one of those pieces of my story that was like monumental. When I was, deep in my hot mess express era and I was, woe is me and not really, understanding why my life sucked so bad, I stumbled across the principle of the law of attraction. And basically, that is, what you put out into the world is what you're getting back,
Yeah.
hands down, in every area of your life. And that is why being mindful of your own energy makes such a big difference.
Huge
Because
impact.
if you're putting out hot mess, drama, chaos, then that's when you get douchebags and more drama and chaos back in your life. And it's just like, well, where the heck is Prince Charming? Damn it. And it's like, but are you worthy of Prince Charming?
Mhm.
So it's a cyclical relationship. What you put out is what you're going to get back. So that's when you have to take that long look in the mirror and really think like, what am I contributing to this life that
Right.
I'm unaware of? And then figure your shit out.
And then just figure your shit out. So I'm curious, in this field that you're in now, have you ever struggled, pardon me, have you ever struggled with imposter syndrome?
Oh, for sure. So I've pivoted so many times in my life. I have a degree in interior design. I was a stay-at-home mom. I ran a bar restaurant that I owned for 17 years. And then what gave me the right to pivot to be a life coach? That was where my most recent biggest imposter syndrome, like demons haunted me.
But
It's
it's like
like,
you needed to
what's
do
going
those things to be able to get, have the wisdom that you've got now.
correct. And I understand that now. But like in the
In the
moment
moment,
when
yeah, you're like, who am I?
I'm in my certification school and they're asking me to practice on real people, I was like, but what right do I have? And I just got all up in my head and I was scared. It was fear
Yeah.
in general of not doing it right. And I am a recovering perfectionist.
Me
I
here.
mean, they should have some sort of like AA for
For
perfectionism.
perfectionism. Yeah, I'm trying to beat this. I get it. Oh, that's so funny. So how do we stop seeking validation from everyone else? Because that's a big one.
Um, that is a really big one. And again, I think our society, breeds that, that you constantly need validation from outside sources. And the real validation that we all need comes from within. So that's, learning how to love yourself and really love who you are or who you're becoming. And, that taps back into that self-worth sort of
Absolutely.
thing. Yeah.
So how do you balance spirituality with your practical life?
I love that word balance.
Right? How do we balance this?
Exactly. The word balance has been coming up in my life a lot recently. So I feel like it's something that the universe is trying to tell me to
I'm like,
focus on because it's not like a perfect thing. Like balance is it's always the scale is always like one way or the other. Like yes, the object is to have it completely balanced, but in reality, is that really a thing? Um, I don't know. I just go with the flow. I don't I just I'm surrendering to listening to my intuition and just going with the flow because that's so much easier than fighting what's the world wants to what the universe wants to give you.
and then
So,
technically you're just like moving yourself into alignment.
yes.
Really. So what? Another thing I want to know, like, why do people fear slowing down so much and being alone with themselves? Because it's like that's obviously like what we need to do to reach all these things that we want. But like for a lot of people, slowing down is so hard and getting out of their head. I was having a conversation before this started with someone, and they were saying like, yeah, but how do I do this? How do I meditate? How do I slow? And I was trying to explain to them, some different steps, but I'm curious, what do you think on that?
So when people slow down enough, because the fact that we are like busy, 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 like I have to do this, I have to do that, that is a way of avoidance or distraction. Because if we get quiet, then you can really hear your own thoughts.
And that can be scary for
And
some people.
yes, I think a lot of people are scared to hear what they have to say to
For
themselves.
themselves, right?
Because they might not love themselves, and they might hate some of the things that they've done, and they might have to actually start feeling accountability towards, their past or even their present or their lack of future. So it is terrifying to slow down and quiet the noise to really listen to yourself, but it is so worth it, and it's like the foundation of all self-help journeys. That awareness is the key.
Now, if someone could, anyone decides that today's the day they want to start changing their life, what's one small shift that you would recommend for them?
Just one.
Yeah, just one. Just
Just one. Um,
maybe a couple.
I know.
How do they even start? Like somebody who this is totally new to, that they're like, okay, we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna try. What would be one small shift that they could do that would help them?
I think a lot of people really lack some sort of idea of direction. So maybe sitting down and just dreaming, like, what do I want out of my life? No, it's there's nothing too big or too small. Like, what do I want out of my life? Because that is a good place to start. So you can dream big or dream small, and then sort of work back from there. So you have kind of like a goal or an idea of what you're working towards.
So, what does living in alignment actually feel like emotionally?
Peace.
Mhm.
And it's what I've been striving for so long. So, like, living in flow is just that sense of serenity and peace. I was actually talking with, one of my coaching clients, a couple days ago, and she's like, "I finally feel it. Like, I'm finally feeling the peace." And I was like, "Yes,
Yeah,
you're in flow."
finally, and it feels so
Yes,
good when you get there.
it does. Yep.
So, what's one belief that you had to unlearn to become who you are today?
That I needed to be everything to everyone.
Oh, that's a big one, especially as a mother.
Yeah. I'm actually it's my words, I guess, for this year is to just be me.
Ooh, it's a good little mantra. Just be me.
It's much harder than you think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it sounds very simple. Just be me.
Yeah,
But really,
and
what does that entail?
it's hard to wrap my head around the fact that, I'm gonna be 50 in this summer and I'm just figuring this out.
Hey, I think of it as, we've got different seasons in our life. And I think of it as, you're almost 50. So it's like, man, I am ready for this next chapter that is just gonna
Exactly.
be where
All
you've
about
got,
me.
yeah, where it's all about you, where you've got the
Yeah.
wisdom that you've learned over the years. So it's just applying it now. That's
Yeah.
a wonderful answer. If listeners leave this episode remembering one thing, what do you hope it is?
So my favorite quote that I have that I actually grew up with, I I now apply to my spirituality. So I grew up with the golden rule: do unto others as you would have done unto you. And I was actually talking about that quote in a different podcast recording, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's the law of attraction." And I'm like, "Oh my God, you're right." Because doing unto others is that, the energy you put out is going to be the energy you get back. And it's that cycle, and I love it. So go out there and do unto others as you would have done unto you, and life will be much simpler and much happier.
I believe that. I really do. So where can everyone connect with you and learn more about your work?
So I have a website, keepfindingyou.com, which I love. There's a lot of information there. There's about my one-on-one coaching. I have a lot of freebies that you can start using, a journaling page, a get out of your own way guide.
Oh, fantastic.
So there's a lot of cool stuff on there.
So lots of
And
good
then
resources.
yes, yes. I put my favorite books there because I love books.
Fantastic. Okay, so it's a little hub to go to where we can get all the things.
Yes. I'm also on Instagram. That's my favorite social media platform to live on. So I, like to serve my community in that way also.
Wonderful. Well, I will make sure to put all your links in our show notes today so that everyone can go and find you and that you can all connect. Thank you so much for being a guest today. I have
Yeah.
loved chatting with you. And
Thank
yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
thank you. You too. Thanks for having me.
You take care.